recording. All right. New week, new opportunities, some sort of value being built here. That's a good sign. We can get some trades going on. Let's start off with the daily chart. Starting off with the daily chart. Let's get rid of the levels. We talked about last week, what was it, on Monday, of the possibility on going all the way towards 65k. Basically, this is based on price action. This is like a bullish point of interest. This is like a bullish POI, an order block, right? So as long price is holding above 60s, that's a good sign, and we could see a proper move all the way towards 80k for now, right? But my gut says that probably we're gonna be getting some sort of balance being built here before anything happens. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, we traded lower. This was like Monday here. We traded lower from 75k we talked about last week. We could go all the way towards 65k. Basically, we got a bounce right at 60k, 60.001. Round number, a lot of orders were triggered. That's why we got that bounce right here. In terms of price action, what can I say? Let me go into the weekly chart. I know you may have seen a lot of people claiming that, okay, this might be the bottom, these are the previous highs, right? The previous all-time high, we should form the bottom here or whatever. But yeah, we could form the bottom right here. But for now, we're playing some sort of range right here. 80k is the level to flip in order for this to be a bottom, right? If we flip 80k, then yeah, we could be getting a move way higher, right? But as you can see, right, this is like a fractal, kind of a fractal. As you can see right here, we had into a bullish POI, we had this sort of deviation of the range before the continuation lower, and the first bounce we did have basically some sort of range before the next deviation lower. So if you take this, put it in here, this is the bullish POI we had, right? This is the deviation lower we had, right? And this might be the second range that we formed before the second deviation lower. I'm just putting it out there for you to be aware. I'm mostly focusing on value right now, and the rotation we're gonna be getting in the 2024 value area and all the stuff. So I'm paying less attention to price action for my higher time frame bias. But yeah, this is a solid fractal we could be forming, right? I'm not sure if that's the bottom. It could be a lower time frame bottom, right? This week is okay, I guess. On the weekly, we could be feeling half of it and then going higher. Basically, half of the week is basically at this is at 65k. So this aligns with some levels we have on the chart. And if you go also into here on lower time frame, this is like a good bottom we could be forming, right? What do we know? Bottoms form in two main there are two main scenarios of a bottom formation. First one is we form some sort of range. sweep the lows, displacement, SFP basically, before I move higher, and a rotational move. And the second type of bottom we have is we form a low, get some sort of drive higher, we get a bait into the lows, a higher low, and then we basically have bullish momentum going on, and that's how we form the second type of bottom. So if we put it right here, we could be seeing like a bottom forming here, right? A higher low. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind as well. Now, let's not talk about, let's just talk about price action here on the 30-minute chart before we dive into value and VWAPs. So we formed some sort of weekend range here. As we can see, and we talked about, we swept the highs here, and now it's looking like we're going for the lows. Swept these highs as well. So let me extend this. Is this a proper sweep? It's okay, as long as we did have the break of the low and a hold of the high here. A short right here was a good entry. I unfortunately missed. But yeah, still, if we reject, if we keep on rejecting here, this is looking like a good short in my opinion towards this low and the POY we have based on VWAPs. I'll show you later. So that's pretty much my views right now in terms of price action. Let me go right into VWAPs. Starting off the yearly, not much to mention. As expected, we did have basically the expansion below this previous year area low, right into previous year VWAP. So this bounce we have right here on the 2024 VWAP is some sort of a bullish sign, right? Because based on the 10 laws of market dynamics, we know that when we trade back into a previous balance and we bounce off the POC, we're kind of rejecting value, right? We're kind of rejecting value, and basically that disrupts the law of a full rotation towards the lows, right? So if we were really bullish, we were really bearish, we should be trading all the way towards 50k basically, which is the 2024 value area low. But the fact that we got a bounce right here, basically we treat 2024 value high and 2024 VWAP as a range for now, just because we got a bounce right here. If now we get acceptance on higher time frame above 80k and a move back above 90k, that's another bullish sign, and we could be talking for way higher prices if that happens. So for now we're just focusing on this range right here, and a rejection into 2024 value high. If we get it, a rejection right here is a big short opportunity for me, because this could lead for basically a swing short all the way towards 50k. Here we do have some lows as well we should be targeting if that happens. So yeah, let's get rid of this. Not much to mention on the yearly. We're just focusing on lower time frame for now. Just want to talk about this. So quarterly, we don't need to use previous quarter values, just a developing one for now. We are kind of rejecting uh, developing quarterly value area low, developing quarter value area low. That's bearish for now. If we keep on holding above, basically we reclaim, get a higher low here, we reclaim above, that's short-term bullish. We move all the way towards these highs basically at 80k into developing quarter VWAP. But for now we're kind of rejecting, so if we get displacement below here, we're basically getting another leg lower. So that's pretty much it for the quarterly as well. Let's go into the monthly. Not much to mention, honestly. We just know that monthly VWAP is capping upside for now. We're playing this range right here. This also aligns with my higher time frame long idea I have and the kind of bottom formation that we have, right into like 65k, 66 if we get some sort of bottom. This could be a solid long to play the developing month value. Let's get rid of that. And now the most important value going forward for both higher or lower is going to be the previous week value, right? We do have some static levels here. First level being the previous week value low at 65 point whatever that is, point 0.6, right? So if we get a move early in the week all the way towards previous week value low, we form some sort of bottom, sweep, reclaim, displacement. This is basically our long trigger into previous week value low, and we're also holding structure, right? Our long trigger for a move all the way towards 75k. 75k previous week value high basically. That's the only trigger I have for now for longs. For shorts, if we get, obviously we look for shorts around 80k, these highs basically. I'll show you later on the main chart what exactly I'm looking at. But for the weekly value, we're just looking at previous week value low for now. If we start losing 65k, previous week value low, we're basically going for a new low. So that's the bearish scenario. If we get price to trade below 65k and we keep on spending time and space below here, that's basically bearish. So that's pretty much it in terms of VWAP. Let's go into our main chart for now. Let me bring on the levels I have. Okay. Before that, let me also talk about TPO. Starting off the weekly TPO, not much to mention, just the fact that we are trading lower, right? Lower than the 8-week composite that we had formed here. If you guys remember, this 8-week composite. This is basically the composite we needed to hold in order to remain bullish. And after spending that much time into here, the breakout was right at the corner. Okay, so unfortunately, basically this was failed auction, right? Price deviated by year high. Then we got a expansion lower, and now probably we're gonna be building a new value right here. Nope, that's not what I wanted. So, not much to mention on the weekly. Just the fact, we're trading right into weekly POC. We're focusing on weekly value high, weekly value low. And we do have the VWAP for this. So no need to pay attention here. Now, the daily TPO, we have formed a 4-day composite. 1, 2, 3, 4 days of overlapping value. Starting off here, start merge selection, stop merge selection. This is basically the composite we have formed. So we are bearish into a 72k deviation, and we're bullish into, basically this aligns with our higher time frame plan for long here. Into what are the levels we have? This is like 66.90 and 71.720. So $66.90, 0.90, and 71. What was it? 720 is 720. All right. So as we can see right here, we got the SFP of the highs. So that's not a plan anymore. Let me mark them up. 4-day value high and 4-day value low. Now, as we can see here, I do have these old composite value high levels right here. This composite is basically from back here. These are the levels, but on the TPO, that's why I haven't marked them correctly here. So we do have old composite. This is like multi-month composite. This is like 3 months or whatever. It's like half March, April, May, June, July, whole summer basically. And we do have this composite value high at 69k basically, 69k, and composite value low at 60.1. Just for you guys to know where the levels are coming from. Let's go back to here. So what are the plans now? First of all, we are rotational within the 4-day composite value, right? Rotational within here until proven otherwise. I'm looking for some sort of trade here, sort into a rejection at 70k into the old composite value high. If that happens, we are rotational within the old composite value high, but let me bring on another level. The POC is sitting at 67. So 67k is basically these lows. These lows are 67k. Then in terms of TPO, we also have NPOC at 64.8. So let me mark this out as well. POC 64 840. All right, so we have marked this out as well. We'll also have an NPOC sitting above us with the poor lows right here. So 73,480, 73,480. That's the NPOC. So let me mark this out as well. So what are the plans now? Rejection into 70k, old composite value high, and we are rotational. Basically, we are rotational within the 4-day composite value high and value low. So I do expect, if we get a rejection here, a move to take out these lows, and probably all the way towards 66, 65k. If we do get a dip into NPOC, it would be great. So the structure for longs here would be looking something like this: dip into NPOC, fill the NPOC, reclaim 66k, and we're looking for a move all the way towards first target being 70k and second target being 72k for the composite value high. If that happens, then another trade I'm looking is basically a flip of 72k. If we get the flip of 72k, price holds above here, we get basically a sweep and a close above here with a displacement or some sort of slow grind forming into the highs. We're looking for a move all the way towards previous week value high. And the fill of this NPOC, right? And of course, a rejection again into here after the sweep happens. Rejection, sweep again, possibly into the NPOC. If we get a drive lower, then we're looking for rotation again lower. Now, the bear scenario coming into 66, 65k is basically not being able to accept above 66k ever again. So if price keeps on slow grinding and breaking down below 66, 65k, this is bearish and we will probably will be getting a new low. These are all the scenarios I do have in mind. If we get a low forming here, I'm bullish for a move all the way. If we flip previous week value high all the way towards 2024 value high, 80k basically. Very bullish above 66k, bearish below. That's the most important level for now. So let me know if you guys have any questions or if you want me to cover any alts. I'll just send the recording here and I'll jump right into anything you guys want to discuss.